Good afternoon, everyone.
Sir. Sir.
Okay, let us start. Let us continue water conservation and management in India. And today we shall discuss about rainwater harvesting. Now I shall share my screen. Rainwater harvesting. Can you tell me what rainwater harvesting is? We have learned in class 10 also about the different methods of rainwater harvesting. Can you tell me what rainwater harvesting is?
It
Okay,
is a method of
yes,
storing water to reuse it or to use in any purposes. The
o-
method of storing water.
okay, very good. So it is a technique or method to uh, collect and store rainwater for different uses. Yes, and the same is also given here. Rainwater harvesting is a method to capture and store rainwater for various uses. So it has different methods as we discussed, okay, in the previous classes, and as you have told me now. Rainwater harvesting is also used to recharge groundwater aquifers. Okay, this collection and the storing of rainwater is also done to recharge the groundwater, not only to use for the uses and for different purposes. It is also used for recharging the aquifer. Okay, so it is a low cost, eco-friendly technique for preserving every drop of water by guiding the rainwater to borewell, pits, or and the wells. Okay, it is a very simple, low cost, eco-friendly technique for conserving, for preserving every drop of water. Okay, by guiding the rainwater either to a hole, that is borewell, or to a pit or a tank or pond or well, etc. Okay, and about the usefulness of rainwater harvesting or the importance of rainwater harvesting. Okay, it is mentioned here. Rainwater harvesting increases water availability. We need fresh water for our use. Okay, we need fresh water for drinking, for washing, then for bathing, then for industrial use also, for agriculture use also we need fresh water. So rainwater, is a fresh water, and when we capture rainwater, so we get fresh water. So rainwater harvesting increases water availability. Then it also sucks declining water table. Okay, when we overuse the underground water, then the water table is lower, water table is decline. In that case, if we do rainwater harvesting and research in the aquifer, then the declining groundwater table will be checked. Then rainwater harvesting also improves the quality of groundwater through dilution of contaminants like fluoride, nitrates. Okay, see, about this we also have discussed. Say here, uh, this is the aquifer. Let us say this is the aquifer. Here we have a layer of clay, and here in this aquifer, if the water table is low due to overutilization, so water contains only up to here, for example. Water, actually we can, the water may contain, okay, the whole aquifer, but in this case the water table is lowered, so water contains only up to this level. And if this is the case, then the concentration of those toxic substances like fluoride, then arsenic will be increased. However, when we resource, okay, this aquifer using this rainwater harvesting technique, say for example, by digging a percolation tank, or say by digging a well, okay, so we can also resource the groundwater through the abandoned wells or bore wells or through the percolation tanks, okay. So rainwater will be stored here, it will be okay, going down, it will be infiltrated and thus reaching the aquifer. And when it is resourced, then the water table will be, okay, will become higher and higher. And if this is the case, due to dilution of this groundwater by the fresh water, concentration of these toxic substances like fluoride, nitrates will be low, okay. Then rainwater harvesting also prevents soil erosion and flooding, and arrests soil water intrusion in the coastal areas if used to resource aquifer, okay. So when we harvest rainwater in the watershed areas, so the runoff, you know, the runoff is captured, okay. The runoff is for example, this is the catchment area, let us say this is the catchment area, and when there is rainfall, then the rainwater will be running downwards as a runoff. But if we capture this runoff, okay, by constructing check dams for example, then it also sacks the soil erosion. So that is the point mentioned here. Another point is that rainwater harvesting also this sacks saltwater intrusion as given here, okay. Sea water intrusion in the coastal areas, just see, you must know that, say for example here, this is the sea, okay. Here we have the sea here, this is the sea level, let us say, and you must know that this aquifer, okay, aquifer also recesses the sea like this, okay. So this is the aquifer meeting the sea, and let us say if the groundwater is overutilized, and if say for example the groundwater is totally dried up or the water table is low, if this is the case, then the saline water from the sea will intrude towards the lane, so it will enter the aquifer. This saline water, okay, sea water will enter the aquifer. And but if we resource this aquifer using this percolation tank or abandoned wells or tube wells, then this intrusion of salt water from the sea will be checked. So these are the usefulness of rainwater harvesting. Boys and girls, are you clear? Any question? Yes? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually today we have poor connectivity, internet speed is low. Okay, let us continue. Rainwater harvesting has been practiced through various methods by different communities in the country for a long time. So rainwater harvesting has been practicing in India since the ancient times. Okay, so traditional rainwater harvesting in rural areas is done using surface storage bodies, that is by constructing tanks. Okay, like say not only tanks, okay, lakes also, artificial lakes, ponds, irrigation tanks. So we have been harvesting rainwater by constructing different hydraulic structures like lakes, artificial lakes, that is dams, okay, then ponds, irrigation tanks, etc. In Rajasthan, rainwater harvesting structures locally known as kun or tanka are constructed near the house, near or in the house, okay, or in the village to store harvested rainwater. Tanka, tanka means a covered underground tank. So this is a local term, okay, used in Rajasthan for the underground tank. So the tank may be constructed near the house. Say for example here, this is the let us say this is the house, okay, this is the house, and this tanka, okay, maybe just sometime constructed nearby the house, or it may be constructed here, okay, it may be constructed here, and most of the tankas are in the underground here, okay. So it may be constructed just below the rooms or just nearby the house in the underground. Actually it is covered, okay, so that evaporation loss may be checked. And when we construct tankas just below the room, it also beats the summer heat, okay, it cools down the rooms also, as we discussed in class 10, okay. And figure number 6.3 shows the different methods of rainwater harvesting, okay. And so this construction of tanka is a technique of rainwater harvesting. We call it rooftop rainwater harvesting. It can be done in the open spaces also, okay. But nowadays this rainwater harvesting has been decreasing, okay, due to implementation of different other these multi-purpose river valley projects. Now let us discuss about the different methods of rainwater harvesting, okay. So this is the figure number 6.3, and here the first technique or the method of rainwater harvesting is harvesting through watershed management. This is the watershed, okay. So this is the watershed, and when there is rainfall, okay, rainwater will be flowing down, collected will be flowing down as a stream. So here I think you may be seeing a stream here. This is a stream flowing down from the watershed, and here is also another stream, okay, flowing down from the watershed. And here we're constructing check dams, okay. I think you may be seeing a stone wall here, just constructing across the stream. So here we have a stone wall, and this is another stone wall, and thus making a small dam here, okay. And here also I think you may be seeing a stone wall here, and thus making here a small dam. And so this wall is known as a check dam, okay. So this is one of the techniques to harvest rainwater, and this technique is known as harvesting through watershed management, okay. So here it is as I also mentioned earlier, okay. So this is the river slope of the mountain, a cross section, okay. We have to construct these small check dams, small barriers, and the river water will be collected here in the form of these small dams, okay. And these are known as check dams, okay. Then okay, let us use this one. Another one is this harvesting through lakes or eries. Just see here, we have the watershed here, okay. and the stream is flowing down here, and we are digging these small lakes here. Okay, small artificial lakes across the river, and so this small lake is known as Erie, and it is used to store the rainwater. Again, when there is overflow, okay, there is overflow, and again we are constructing another small lake known as Erie, and so here we have another Erie. Okay, so in this way, by constructing these Eries, small lakes along the streams or rivers, rainwater is collected. So this is another method of rainwater harvesting. Okay, harvesting rainwater through lakes, and this is harvesting rainwater through watershed management. So by constructing these check dams, okay, here we are making a small dams here, small dams here. So water will be stored here, and when we are in needed, we may use it. And this is another technique, okay, harvesting through service wells. So this is rooftop rainwater harvesting. So here rainwater, okay, rainwater is collected here on the roof of the building, and it is collected through the PVC pipe. Okay, I think you may be seeing a PVC pipe here. Rainwater is collected through a PVC pipe, and here we have the filtration tank, okay, using sand, then bricks and other charcoals. It is filtered, and after that, say we may store the rainwater in a tank here also for the daily use, or we may recharge the excess water in the service well, okay, so that it may be okay going down to the aquifer. So this is one of the technique of rainwater harvesting known as rooftop rainwater harvesting. Another one is also here, harvesting through recharge wells. This is service well, use one. So here this is a use currently using well. We can recharge the water, rainwater in the well also after filtration, and we can recharge the rainwater in a recharge well. Here also, like before, rainwater is okay flowing down the slope of the roof. It is collected through the PVC pipe. Then here we have sand filter, okay, and here again we may keep a collection tank in the underground or on the surface, and after that the excess water can be recharged in a recharge well. So this well is digging out mainly for recharging the groundwater. Okay, so these are the different methods of rainwater harvesting practice in India. Okay, are you clear? Any question, boys and girls? Okay, so let us continue if you don't have questions. Actually, rainwater harvesting has many benefits as we discussed earlier. Okay, and when we harvest rainwater, community dependence on the groundwater for domestic use will also be decreased. Okay, when we harvest rainwater, then we get fresh water for daily use. So use of underground water will be decreased if we harvest rainwater. Then it also brings the gap, okay, brings down the gap between the demand and the supply of water. Okay, then one point we discussed also earlier is that when we recharge the aquifer using rainwater harvesting technique, then groundwater table will also rise. Okay, and because of rainwater harvesting, urban areas are especially benefited. Okay, you know, urban areas cities are facing water scarcity problems, And when we harvest rainwater, especially rooftop rainwater harvesting, okay, in the city areas, then the availability of fresh water is increased. Okay, so these are the different methods and the usefulness of rainwater harvesting. Okay, and at this point also already discussed desalinization of water, particularly in the coastal areas, then brackish water in the arid and the semi-arid areas, then transfer water from water surplus areas to water deficit areas through interlinking of rivers can be important remedies for solving water problem. Actually, this is the conclusion part of the lesson. So we discuss about the emerging water problems, okay, deterioration of the water quality in India, and to solve okay those problems, okay, we may implement desalinization of water, particularly in coastal areas, can be done, and desalination of brackish water in the arid and semi-arid, means that is in the desert areas, also can be done using modern technology, even though it is a costly one. We may do it. Then another measure to solve the scarcity of water is the transfer of water from water surplus areas to deficit areas through interlinking of rivers. Okay, interlinking of rivers is like this. See, let us say for example, this is a river system. Okay, this is a river system, and here is another river system. Okay, and let us say this river is perennial. For example, this is a snow-fed one. This river is perennial, let us suppose, and this is seasonal. That means there is a shortage of water in the river bed when there is no rainfall. So in this case, if we construct a canal from this river up to here, then some water, okay, some volume of water from the perennial river can be transferred to the dry bed here. So this is what we call intervention linkage of water. So water is transferred from this river to this river by digging a canal. This also can be done as mentioned here, okay, as a remedy for solving the water problem in India. And here we have a map also. So this is proposed intervention water transfer link, and here we have some color codes. Say for example, the green color indicates approved. For example, Ken Betwa is approved. Okay, intervention linking of Ken and Betwa river approved. Then this color indicates feasibility report completed. So many rivers that their report completed. Okay, the feasibility report completed, whether it can be done or not, SAC and report given. Say for example, here Ken Betwa is here. So here this is Betwa river, and this is Ken river. So here it is approved. Okay, intervention linkage between Betwa and Ken is approved, and so many others are feasible. Okay, and a report completed. Say for example, these lines, this line indicates the linkages. Okay, for example, this is the Gandhak river, and this is the Ganga river, and it can be linked. Okay, it can be linked, it is feasible, and so many are feasible here. For example, Mahanadi, Godavari, then Godavari, Krishna. Okay, so this is the feasibility map or the proposed intervention water transfer link. Okay, are you clear, boys and girls? So these are the remedies to solve the emerging water problems. However, the most important issue from the point of view of individual users, then households and the community, is the pricing of water. Nowadays water is priced. Okay, we are buying the water, although this is a natural gift. Okay, pricing of water is there, and the big industrialists are purchasing the watersheds also. Okay, and after that they are processing the water and selling the water in the market, to the cities, okay, and to different parts of India. So this is another problem. So after this rainwater harvesting, we have some important topics like highlights of India's National Water Policy 2002. This is very important for the board exam. Okay, sometimes the key features are asked. Let us read. The National Water Policy 2002 stipulates water allocation priorities broadly in the following order: drinking water, irrigation, hydropower, navigation, industrial, and the other uses. So in this order, priority is given in the following order. The first important priority is given to drinking water. Okay, then after drinking water, we have irrigation, then the third one hydropower, then navigation, that is transportation, then industrial use, last the other uses. So in this way, it is arranged. Okay, allocation of water is arranged in the following ways in order of priorities. Then this National Water Policy 2002 stipulates progressive new approaches to water management. And the key features of this National Water Policy are: number one, irrigation and the multipurpose projects should invariably include drinking water component wherever there is no alternative source of drinking water. When we construct any irrigation project or multipurpose project, it should be it should include drinking water component. Okay, so this is the first point. Then the second one, providing drinking water to all the human beings and animals should be the first priority, as mentioned here. The first priority should be provision of drinking water. So provision of drinking water to all the human beings and animals should be the first priority, top priority. Then measures should be taken to limit and regulate the exploitation of groundwater. There should be legal provision, okay, to limit, to check and regulate the exploitation of groundwater, that is overutilization of groundwater. Then fourth point, both surface and groundwater should be regularly monitored for quality. Okay, we have the Central Pollution Control Board and State Pollution Control Board, and they are doing the same. Okay, both surface and groundwater should be regularly monitored for quality, and a phase program should be taken for improving the water quality also. Then the next key feature is efficiency of utilization in all the diverse uses. Water should be improved. That means there should be wise use of the this natural resource water. Okay, efficiency utilization should be improved. That means there should be wise utilization. No wastage should be there. And next feature, awareness of water as a scarce resource should be fostered. Education must be given to the public about the this scarcity of water. Okay, awareness should be fostered. Then the last key feature is conservation consciousness should be promoted through education, regulation, incentives, and disincentives. And again, this importance of conservation of water must be educated to the students as well as to the public. Then incentives should be given, and disincentives should also be imposed. Disincentive means fine. Okay, when there is say for example somebody is polluting the river, then at that time we can impose some kind of fine. Okay, And when somebody is doing a very good activity, a very good work, we may give them incentives, prizes. Okay, that should be done. So these are the key features of the National Water Policy 2002. You have to memorize at least 5 key features. Okay, and next we have another one that is Jal Kranti Abhiyan. So this is another program taken up by the central government. Okay, you know, water is a recyclable resource, but its availability is limited, and the gap between the supply and demand will be widening over time. We have discussed earlier. Climate change at the global scale will be creating water stress conditions in many parts of the world. Climate has been changing at a global level, and because of that, the scarcity of water may be increasing day by day in many regions of the world. And India has a unique situation of high population growth and a rapid economic development with high water demand. So Indian economy is such that the growth of population is very high. More people, then more water. Okay, for drinking, for bathing, and for producing the crops. And at the same time, this rapid economic development is also there for say with high water demand. Say industries are developing, industries also require water. Agriculture is flourishing, that also requires water. That is the point. So the Jal Kranti Abhiyan launched by the government India in 2015-16 with an aim to ensure water security through per capita availability of water in the country. So this is an important aim of the Jal Kranti Abhiyan, that is to ensure water security through per capita availability of water in the country. So the first important aim of Jal Kranti Abhiyan is to ensure water security. Okay, through the per capita availability of water. How many liters of water is getting by a person in a day or in a year? Okay, per capita availability of water should be increased, and all the human beings must be getting it. That is the point. So people in different regions in India had practiced the traditional knowledge of water conservation and management to ensure water availability. We discussed about it. Then another aim of Jal Kranti Abhiyan is that aims at involving local bodies, NGOs, and citizens at large in creating awareness regarding the objectives. So Jal Kranti Abhiyan involves local bodies, non-governmental organizations, and citizens, okay, in creating awareness regarding its objectives. So another aim is that Jal Kranti Abhiyan is designed to provide livelihood, food security through water security. So this is the third aim. It is designed to provide livelihood and food security through water security. When we provide water to the people, then livelihood is secured and food is also secured. So when there is water, then food also will be there, because growing of food requires water. When there is no water, then no food. So the following activities have been proposed under the Jal Kranti Abhiyan. Okay, so what are the activities to be done under the Jal Kranti Abhiyan? So the first one, selection of one water stress village in each 672 districts of the country to create a Jal Gram. Okay, so we have to select one water stress village, okay, in each 762 districts of the country. From a district, at least we have to select one water stress village, and that village will be the Jal Gram. Okay, so from, for example, Churchampur district is here, and at least from Churchampur district, we have to choose one village, one water scarcity village, to create a Jal Gram. Okay, then number 2, identification of model command area of about 1000 hectares in different parts of the country. For example, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, then in the northern part, then Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu in the southern part, Rajasthan, Gujarat in the western part, Orissa in the eastern part, Meghalaya in the northeast. So the second point is identification of model command area of 1000 hectares. Okay, in different regions in India. Examples also given here. Okay, command area means the area to be served. Okay, the area to be served. Then the third point, abatement of pollution, to fight pollution, that is conservation and the artificial recharge. Then reducing groundwater pollution, construction of arsenic-free wells in the selected areas of the country. Then the fourth activity is creating mass awareness through social media, radio, TV, print media, that is a newspaper, for example. Then poster, essay writing competitions in the schools. So awareness, must be created through different ways, through the social media, to radio, television, newspaper, posters, or through the competitions in the schools. Okay, so this is about Jal Kranti Abhiyan. So boys and girls, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, then let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class.